If they start talking, maybe they're not serious. Too many achievements, so it's difficult for me to remember everything. Not very easy for me to remember everything.
Now please join me in welcoming the host today, Professor Chen Wenzhang, the President of National Taiwan University, as they take the stage to give us an introduction about our speaker today.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. President Lisa Su of the Advanced Micron Technology and distinguished guests of faculty and the students. Good morning. Good morning. It's my great pleasure and honor to welcome Dr. Lisa Su of AMD to give the NGU Lawyer Palm Lectures today. The Lawyer Palm Lecture is to invite Nobel laureate, academician, and president of a prestigious university, and also industry leaders. As you could remember, we invited the TSMC founder, Dr. Morris Zhang, to give the lectures last December. Yeah. First of all, let me introduce Dr. Su, her background and remarkable achievements. She received a bachelor, master, and also PhD degree from MIT, and then she worked in Texas Instruments, IBM, Freescale Semiconductors, and as an engineer or management position. And during that period, she developed advanced semiconductor technology such as silicon insulator and the copper technology to make the company in a front runner in the global scales. Today, she not only serves as the president and CEO and the chair of AMD, and has been regarded as the industry leaders for several years. Her remarkable achievements has received numerous honors, including Times CEO of the Year and hundreds most influential people in AI. And besides that, she received the Bao Award for the business leaders, and also distinguished leadership as a chair for the Committee of the Economic Development. Besides that, she is the first female to receive the IEEE Robert Noyce Medal and elected to National Academic Engineer. She also served as the advisor of science and technology for President of the United States. Well, frankly, I have to say, we have already 12 Lawyer Palm lecturers, and she is also the first female to deliver lectures. So we have, so many, when I check with her background and CV, I found out too many first one or most influential, but luckily, NTU, we have her as the first female lawyer lecture speaker. It's our great honor. As the industry leader, she has been known as the leader in advanced semiconductor manufacturing technology and also developing more efficient chips. Now, she is leading AMD in the AI revolutions. And I think that her career illustrates the interdisciplinary thinking and innovations. So we have the privilege of to hear her to speak on the AMD's transformation to AI leaders. Our lucky and fortunate to have her to be here. So I promise, and also I believe today's lectures she will give us how to fuse the electrical engineering, computer science, and AI, and the transform to make the world better. And I believe in the next 1 hour we will enjoy her lectures very much. Finally, I would like to thank the AMD staff, in particular, Brandon, and also Professor Ray Wu, to organize these lectures. And please join me to welcome Dr. Lisa Su to give the speech and also speak on in the case of the AI, the AMD transformation to AI leaders. Thank you. And we have a quite different, speech or speaking on her topics, because when I check with the audience and pre-registered audience, their questions, there are too many. Well, actually, when we make an announcement on her visiting or speech in NTU, and we limit to 500 audience in these lecture rooms, and it was all registered in about 1 minute. Therefore, too many questions, so I cannot ask her to answer all the questions. As you just walk into a lecture hall, you can see that there is another room in the third floor. They are also, use the video to listen to what she will talk about today. So therefore, we will use different kind of, the fireside chat for her speech. Although she will accept some questions from the students, during the the break, after the about the 10 questions when I chat with her, okay. And finally, she will accept some other questions, and also that, I think she's very easygoing, as you can see when you walk into the room. So probably after the lecture, she could, speak with some students and take photos. So that's today's lectures. Okay, thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. How is everyone this morning? Yeah. So, first of all, President Chen, thank you so much for inviting me. Actually, you invited me several times to come to NTU, and I was honored every time to come here, but sometimes when I come to Taiwan, it's very, very busy, and especially around Computex timing, it's always very busy. So this is actually a great time that I can visit, and thank you for the warm invitation, and Professor Wu as well. Thank you so much. It's really my pleasure to be here to meet all of you very talented students, and you make me feel very old, but hopefully I can give you a few stories for your career.
Okay, sure, please. Yeah, so anyway, I will have some questions for you first about. 10 questions initially, and after that we have opened to the audience for the students' question, okay? The first question is that AMD has evolved from a CPU-focused company into a powerhouse across CPUs, GPUs, and adaptive computing. What were the keys, base, or turning points that drove these transformations? Yeah, please.
Yeah, so maybe let me ask for the students. How many students here are electrical engineering and computer science?
Yeah, please raise your hands.
Please raise your hand. Okay, and then how about medical field? Not too many. So maybe I should say my background was in electrical engineering and computer science. So that's where I went to school for MIT for bachelor's, master's, and PhD. And my specialty was semiconductor devices. So when I was a young student, that is what I studied. Now, for AMD, I've been in the semiconductor industry for over 30 years. And what you find is that the technology moves so fast. So for AMD, I've been with the company since 2012 and CEO since 2014. And probably the most important thing with any company is to decide what do you want to be when you grow up. And for AMD, my belief is that our specialty is in high-performance computing. And high-performance computing is really at the center of all of our lives today. I'd like to say that AMD's technology touches billions of people every day, whether you're talking about cloud data centers, or you're talking about anywhere in the edge of the network, or you're talking about PCs or automotive or industrial. You probably can touch some of AMD's technology. But from a technology company, the most important thing is you have to have a long-term strategy and roadmap. And so our focus was really on three things. First is high-performance computing. The second is to have really excellent partnerships. So TSMC is at the center of our partnership overall. And then the third piece is that the semiconductor industry is changing. And many of you have heard that Moore's Law is slowing down and changing. And we made a big bet on chiplet technology as a very key area going forward. So these are some of the things that were important for AMD. And today, I'm very happy to say that when you look at the top supercomputers in the world, we have 5 out of the top 10 supercomputers are based on AMD's technology. Okay. And from that standpoint, I really feel that high-performance computing is at the center of what's most important going forward.
Okay, very good. Yeah. Well, the second question is, where do you see the most exciting frontiers in chip design today?
So I heard that many students still view that chip design is the most exciting thing. I would say that there's always a movement. Sometimes hardware is more exciting, sometimes software is more exciting. I think from my standpoint, the most exciting part of design is actually holistic design. So you have to really design hardware and software and systems together, especially when we're talking about AI going forward. You cannot design each piece separately. You actually have to think about what is the overall system application, especially thinking about the algorithms and the applications, and then you can think about how do you want to design your chips.
Okay, yeah. Next question, I will ask a different thing, not the question here. Okay.
Please ask very interesting questions.
Well, as you know, that DeepSeek, okay? We know DeepSeek, they made an announcement in January, as I can remember. It looks like they have some impact on AI industry. What's your comments or opinion about DeepSeek? How they impact on AI?
Yeah, the one thing I can say about AI industry is every week there is new technology and innovation that is coming out. And I think DeepSeek was one of those areas. When it came out in January, I think there was some surprise.
Yeah.
There was some surprise. And when you look at what they've done, it's actually pretty clever technology.
Yes.
In terms of really gathering all of the different innovations using the mixture of expert models and so on and so forth. But the main thing that we saw with DeepSeek is when you can find a way to make AI more accessible and actually cheaper, you actually will have more usage and application of AI. Okay. So the main thing that DeepSeek has done is it really has accelerated the application of AI.
Okay.
Of course, that's not a market statement. That's a technology statement.
Okay. Yeah, I'm quite curious after this DeepSeek. Well, we are the United States still want to invest about $500 billion for AI infrastructure, those kind of investment. We are ready to still want to do that after DeepSeek.
From everything that we see, the key point about AI is that there's no one-size-fits-all for the computing ecosystem. You have the very large frontier models where the few people who can invest at that level, hundreds of billions of dollars, are going to go as fast as possible because they want to build the best model. But you also find that that is just one application of AI. You also see there will be many different medium-sized models, smaller models, and you will see that people will use different algorithms to get there. So my expectation is that there will continue to be a very significant investment, including very large investments, as well as more affordable investments going forward.
Okay, very good. Yeah, yeah. Next question is what differentiates AMD AI strategies from others in the space, and what role do you see for the open ecosystem and partnership in accelerating AI adoptions? Actually, I would like to ask how you were going to compete with NVIDIA or others. I think this question is not very exciting. I would like to hear how are you going to beat the NVIDIAs, in your opinion?
So the most important thing I can say about AI is that the market is huge. We expect that the market over the next 3 or 4 years will be 500 billion area. And in that type of market, you need all different kinds of computing. There's no one company that has all of the solutions. Yes. Actually, my view is that you need every kind of computing. You need CPUs, you need GPUs, you need ASICs, you need FPGAs, and in that framework, I think our AI strategy is, number one, to have a very complete solution. So complete solution includes hardware, software, and systems. And the second piece is to have an open ecosystem. One of the most important things is to foster collaboration and to have an open ecosystem. And that way, people can learn from each other. That was also another important part about DeepSeek, is it was an open model, and as a result, many people innovated on top of that. So my answer to your question is the main thing to say is the market is huge, and our AI is throughout every aspect of our business, including the largest data centers to even at the PC level. We believe that there will be a lot of AI. So there's a lot of market for all of us.
Okay, yeah. Well, the next question, actually you already answered the core principle or priority that guide your company through the AI transformation. So I would like to ask you another question is, what's your suggestion to Taiwan, to compete in the future AI technology? Because we are very good in the semiconductor manufacturing and also AI server or others, but in the future, I think AI will transform many things or change many things. What your suggestion to Taiwan? How we are going to compete with the world to maintain the advantage right now? Yeah.
So I think the Taiwan ecosystem is very special. And when you look at the Taiwan ecosystem, starting from the TSMC ecosystem, which really has built this incredible manufacturing capability, and then including all of the ODM, OEM ecosystem, manufacturing ecosystem, design ecosystem, and I think more investment on the software and system side will come in. From an AMD standpoint, we're very proud of our team here in Taiwan. It's a very important piece of our overall R&D. But the other thing I would say is in this world today, the ecosystems are very interconnected, and from a United States standpoint, I think we do rely on a lot of the Taiwan manufacturing ecosystem, and trying to build resilience into that ecosystem is important.
Okay, yeah, I see, yeah. Yeah, I think the next question is that, I think your family and education is very important to your early life and also your careers. Could you talk a little bit about that? And also is that connected to the very difficult period for you to turning AMD to become the world leading company? Yeah.
So do you think President Chen should go from being university president to talk show host?
I hope so. In that case, I can make more money.
So I'm very, I think, happy to say that I was born in Tainan, and my parents immigrated to the United States, and as you can imagine, that was a very big move for them.
Yeah.
And when we went to the U.S. as a family, I think the key part that my parents always instilled upon me is education is so important. So for all of you in school, I remember when I was in school at MIT,
Yes. Yeah.
I very much wanted to finish school. So after my bachelor's degree, I actually thought I should finish school and go to work. And my parents said, no, Lisa, you cannot do that. They strongly suggested I get a PhD. And at the time, I was very impatient, very impatient. I was like, oh, school is enough, it's enough. Maybe some of you feel the same way. And the truth is, my parents were right, because what you get from your university and your graduate school is really an opportunity to learn many different things and to build the confidence to really solve the future problems. So even though I was not happy with my parents at the time, I think they were absolutely right. And as the experience to be CEO of AMD, I would say it was kind of my dream job to start from a semiconductor engineer to become a business person and then become a semiconductor leader. But it was not easy, especially in those early years.
Yes.
And my parents and family have always been very supportive of that. And I'm very lucky in that way.
I see. Yeah, I'm just curious.
The problem is my father,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
That's a problem.
Yeah. Well, when we see that the industrial leaders in the earlier stage, for example, Bill Gates, and probably that Zubeck, and also that Steve Jobs, as I can remember, they do not finish the university education, okay? But they became a leader. And now the new leader, for example, that Jason Huang or you finish the degree. What's your comments on that? I'm just curious. Why the previous leader they did not even finish the university education, but now the new leader they finish the education? What's the difference on that?
My thinking is that there are many different kind of leaders. Many different kind of leaders. And we have a lot of respect for all kinds of leaders, but I truly believe that the university education is so helpful. Like these years that you're in the university is really the best time to learn and to decide what you enjoy the most so that you can decide your next step in your career.
Okay, yeah, I see. Well, The next is...
Maybe I should ask you, what do you think, President Chen?
Well, I think in Taiwan, you have to finish the education. In the United States, maybe not. Okay? Because actually, in Taiwan, the education system and also job system, you have to finish the degree. And also from the parents, the Chinese-based parents usually ask the kids needed to finish the degree. Okay? And my other question is, well, it's a little, personal. I know you and Jason you are the relatives. Do you exchange the idea or the idea on the running the AI company, or you run individually? Have you ever exchanged the idea with him? I'm sorry. Yeah.
First of all, I have tremendous respect for Jensen.
Okay.
Tremendous respect. I think as a founder of NVIDIA, he has really built an amazing company. I would say that we run independent companies, though. So probably as a semiconductor industry, we do have a Semiconductor Industry Association in the U.S. Where all semiconductor companies are there, and together in that forum, we would exchange some ideas.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Anyway, next I would like to ask for my students and you, for students who want to make an impact in technology, what advice would you give about taking risk, choosing mentors, or building resilience for our students? Yeah.
So I can say in my experience, I had one piece of probably the best advice that I received from a mentor was to tell me, Lisa, whatever you do, I would suggest that you pick the hardest problems. So the advice they gave me is to run towards problems. And actually, I think that's the best advice that I can give students, because there's so many interesting things to do in the world. Choosing a project or a problem or a company where you can make a big impact, you will learn so much and be able to contribute so much. And I can say for sure that I learned the most from the biggest mistakes I made. So mistakes are not a bad thing. Mistakes are actually a good thing, because you can learn from those lessons and be better in the future.
Oh, yeah, that's a very good advice. Yeah, I remember when I submitted my first paper in NGU, it was rejected. And I take a look at the comments. I found out I really did not, see the experiment data carefully. Then I revised my manuscript, submitted to a beta journal. It was accepted. Well, sometimes we learn from mistakes. So now we open the question to the students. Only the student can raise a hand, okay? Student, please, yeah. Is there a microphone?
Good morning, Dr. Su and the President Chen. My name is Jishan Ling. I come from Department of Political Science. So in September 2023, there was a book from Columbia University Law School, Digital Empires, described the three basic model of internet world: rights-based from EU, and also market-based in United States, and state-based from China. So throughout 2023 to 2025, we're seeing a lot of development in AI. So my question are two questions. The first one is regarding EU model, rights-based, a lot of regulation. Do you think the regulation right now published will hinder the innovation in Europe? And the second question is that what is your evaluation of the United States political environment right now, especially the AI policy between Biden era and the the second term of Trump era? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, please, yeah.
Oh, political science is not the easiest question. Technology is actually a little easier. I think I would maybe not talk about the individual countries, but I would talk to you a little bit about my thinking on AI. Because AI is such a new technology, if you think about the last few years, we're all learning together, and countries are learning, companies are learning, individuals are learning. The initial thought process is AI could be quite dangerous if it's not fully, if they're not good guardrails. However, you also have on the other side, you don't want to stop innovation. And from my standpoint, I think AI is the type of technology where we have to innovate and go as fast as possible and understand that there does have to be regulation, but not too much regulation so that you slow down the progress. So in general, that's my philosophy. And I think when you look across the world, I think people are recognizing that. Mm-hmm. People are recognizing it's a very dynamic time. So I said every week, sometimes every day, something changes. But generally speaking, I think countries that embrace technology are going to really benefit from it, and many countries around the world are all building their AI policies.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Any more questions? Yeah, please, yeah. Yeah, we need a female to ask the questions, yeah. Yeah, here is the model, so please, yeah.
Oh, hello. Yes, good morning, Dr. Su, President Chen. Thank you for your very marvelous speech. And so one of my relatives say that Taiwanese people are most likely to achieve in the field of semiconductors and artificial intelligence. And so there are two of my questions. First one is, how can students who are not from School of Engineering play a role in this? For example, I'm a freshman from Department of Languages and Literatures. And the second one is, now that Taiwanese Americans are among the most highly educated ethnic groups with the highest income in the States. And how do you think that will affect the status of Taiwan in the future? Thank you very much.
Yeah, please, yeah.
Sure. So on your first question, I think everybody should be educated in AI. It doesn't matter which department that you're in. When you say you're in the literature and linguistics department, I think AI can also be very beneficial to understand how to apply AI in your field. And most of what we see today is, I think, as I said, people are still learning very much what you can use AI for in each field. So we talk a lot about the development of AI, but there's also a whole field on the application of AI, going forward. So I would certainly encourage all students to do that. And then your second question about Taiwanese, can you say again?
Taiwanese Americans are among the most highly educated ethnic groups with the highest income in the States. And how do you think that will affect the status of Taiwan in the future?
Oh, I'm not so sure that I can say that, but I will say that I think Taiwanese Americans and Taiwanese in general are extremely hardworking,
yeah,
and really thinking about how to contribute to their fields and their professions. And I think that's something that we can be very proud of.
Yeah.
Although some people say that I'm more American than Taiwanese, but I'd like to think I'm Taiwanese American. So,
yeah. Well, if you check the signature from Lisa outside, okay, she write her name better than what I write by myself. It's incredible. When I see and when she write, that her names, it's unbelievable. Because as you know, she left Taiwan at the age of 3. It's very difficult that he learn Chinese. Anyway, any more questions? Yeah, please. Yeah.
Good morning, Dr. Lisa and President Chen. And as I know, AMD has experienced through many highs and lows. I would like to know especially the lows and how do you maintain your confidence during difficult times? Thank you.
Sure. So probably the most difficult time for AMD was when we had to really, when I started, it was in 2014 timeframe. And at that time, the company had a roadmap that was not competitive. So if you're in a technology company, you must have, your product is the most important thing. I would say that's the number one thing. And so our goal was to really reframe our product roadmap and ensure that, I had 3 priorities. The first one was to build great products. The second was to have very, very deep customer relationships, because I think together in this world, as I said earlier, there's no one company that has all of the good ideas. Collaboration is very important. And the third is to be very agile and move very quickly. So in that standpoint, our biggest job was to give ourselves time to build this great roadmap. And we're now, I would say, our CPU roadmap is based on our Zen technology. We're now on the 5th generation of the Zen technology. I can say we went from, let's call it, not the best to today. I feel that we have the best CPU technology in the world. And we have also a lot of a broader roadmap going forward. So I think the key is in those times to be very clear about what you're trying to achieve. And for us, it was always in a technology company, is to build great products. That's the number one foundation.
Okay, yeah. Any more questions? Oh, I should look for a different side. Maybe this one, yeah.
Good morning, Dr. Su and President Chen. Thank you for your inspiring lecture. And as a student majoring in electrical engineering, I'm curious about the development trends in the semiconductor industry and IC-related industry in the next 5 to 10 years in this era of AI. What are your thoughts on this?
So in terms of the semiconductor trends, I think there are a few key trends. I would say we start with the idea that we have to have a very holistic design environment. So hardware, software, systems all need to be optimized together. Probably one of the most exciting parts about AI is we're still in the very early innings. So I would say, we still have probably 10 years of very significant innovation in AI. And on the application space, we're going to go from, today we talk about AI making our businesses more productive or making our people more productive. As we go forward over the next many years, I think we can see much larger changes in terms of what AI can do for us. Probably one of my most exciting areas or most interesting areas is in healthcare and life sciences. So I know that there's a medical school here, and the application of AI together with medicine, I think, can help us solve things like cure diseases and find new drug therapeutics, also help diagnose the future health problems much sooner. So that's just one example of what AI, I think, can do going forward.
Okay, thank you. Well, there are too many questions. Yeah, maybe from the female, please. Yeah, and then you. Okay. Yeah. No. Another one. We give our female students one more chance. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Su and President Chen and all the guests here today. I'm Yvonne. And so you just mentioned different leadership and different style. So I'm curious, for us, most of us here are Taiwanese, and for our background, educations, and possibly culture, is there anything you would like to remind us if we want to become a future leader in the international stage? Thank you.
Well, such a deep questions. I would say the following. I would say that I would encourage you to be very ambitious in what you would like to achieve. So the most important thing for either young students or early in your career is, you can do anything.
Okay.
So have a very big dreams, and if you tell somebody or tell people, tell your colleagues or your managers or your future mentors, people will help you to achieve those opportunities. So that's one of the things I would say, because sometimes I would say for Taiwanese or Asian people, we're sometimes a little shy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Not President Chen.
Oh, no. I have a question for you based on her questions. Okay. Actually, more recent, when he ran the TSMC, in the beginning, he told his employee, one day, we will exceed Intel in the future. At that time, nobody believed him. It's around maybe around 1990 something to 2000. He strongly believed one day he will become the most important company in semiconductor in the world. Okay, and when you talk about you want the student or employee to challenge the most difficult questions, I'm quite curious about that, because for me, I always want our student to challenge the most difficult questions. Then he can, extend his potentials. When you run the AMD and you ask your employee to challenge the most difficult question or reach the goal, for example, you want to be the number one in the world, how you make this kind of motivation for your employee to do that? That's why I'm curious, because it's simple for me to drive our student or faculty to become for example, the number one in the world or top university in the world. It's very difficult for me, so I'm quite curious about that.
Well, I would say that when you have the right people are very important.
Okay.
Because not everyone has the same motivation. Some people are motivated, for their project. Some people are motivated to start a company. Some people may be motivated for other reasons. At AMD, we try to have the right people to build that team. And for our engineers, back to this question when we started, we wanted to build the best. That was our ambition. But we also thought we should be very realistic, that you cannot go overnight from not competitive to be the best. So you have to build a plan to do that. And I think that's what we were able to do. But engineers basically love to solve problems.
Okay.
We have to give them good problems to solve.
Good objective and a good plan.
That's right.
Then how about incentive? I remember Jason Huang, when his company is small, he always say, one day our stock price will become hundreds, and he will do something. And after that, he became more than 1,000 before, he divided his stock. Do you have such kind of, incentive motivation to do that when you talk about with your employee?
I think we're all motivated by seeing success. And success comes in different ways. Success comes in recognition of the product. Success comes in great people wanting to join the company. And yes, success comes in revenue growth, which leads to market share growth, which leads to stock price growth. Okay. But I do not predict stock price. It's very difficult to predict stock price.
Yeah, I like your answer, actually. We have many other things than money or stock price. Yeah, that's the other kind of motivation to then become proud of his own company. Yeah, I think that's very important. Yeah, any more questions? Maybe we should look this side. Yeah, please. Yeah.
Dr. Su, thanks for your speech. And I'm a PhD student in political science. And last time, Dr. Morris Chang come here and gave a talk, and he mentioned that a PhD degree isn't that important. But however, you hold a PhD degree, so I want to look for your view that the impact of PhD on your career. Thank you.
Yeah, well, first of all, we all love Dr. Morris Chang. So he is an icon for everybody in the semiconductor industry. So I cannot contradict him. But my personal opinion is a PhD is actually pretty useful. That's my personal opinion. Because you get to work on some problem. During your PhD thesis, you work on some problem that nobody else is really working on in the world. And that gives you a lot of opportunity to explore much broadly than sometimes in a company you become much more focused. So I actually think PhD is pretty useful, but it's different for every person.
Yeah. Well, maybe we, please. Yeah, maybe this. Oh, that side? Oh, please, I'm sorry. Yeah. Maybe we shift to different locations. That one, yeah.
Hello. Morning, Dr. Su and President Chen. As Dr. Su mentioned before, it's like graduate school training is different from the undergrad school, all the stuff. And then I was just curious about what top 3 things you think as an engineering student is the soft skill or hard skill that we should learn from the graduate school. And then the other thing is that I want to ask about what is the mindset about when you're having setbacks in rock bottoms? What keeps you keep going? Like that not just in the companies, about life, about everything that happens to you. Thank you.
So the top, you said soft skills. So I would say a few things. One is, you really have to think that the world changes very fast. So it's important to be actually quite agile in your thinking. Maybe today you think this is the right path, but you will learn something every day. And I have a big philosophy that says you need to continuously learn all the time. Like every day you're going to learn something new, and you can decide how you might change your path. That's something that I use very much, and I would suggest that that's an important, you call it soft skill. So, and then to your second question about how do you deal with setbacks, I would say, look, I said earlier, you actually learn the most when you have a setback, when you have a failure, when you have something. Like I can tell you so many examples of my setbacks, but my advice to you is you can be sad for just a short time. Of course, we're all human beings, right? So if you have something that you're working on that didn't go the way you wanted to, you might be a little bit unhappy, but only for a very short time. And then after that, you learn and you get really focused on your next thing. Okay. And I think that's the key piece.
Okay, so probably we have final 2 questions. Okay, yeah, please. Oh, well, there's too many. Let me see. One, too many selections. Maybe one from here and one from here, please. Okay, yeah. Yeah, please. Yeah.
Thank you for your speech, and I would like to ask, when you were students, did you consider yourself a gifted student or a hardworking one? And your opinion, which is more important, talent or effort? Thank you.
Okay, I can say for sure, I'm just an okay student. Okay meaning pretty good, but not A++. Maybe like, sometimes A-, that kind of. I actually think everyone is different. Everyone is different.
Yes.
And the most important thing is take whatever you learn to apply it in the real world. So I would say that's what I learned the most. Even as my device physics was very, very hard class. I don't know if any of you are taking device physics class. So I thought the written problem is very hard. But working in the lab on a project, I was really good. And so everyone has their specialty.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Yeah, that question I already, yeah, please, yeah.
So thank you, Dr. Su and President Chen. So given that AMD only have around a third number of employees than that of Intel, and only roughly similar to NVIDIA, like, do you have 3 to 5 strategies, principles, or anything for you to kind of like decide and manage uncertainty? Because just now we mentioned that the semiconductor industry is changing very fast, and there's AI coming in the very near future, even happening right now. And so, what are the strategies and principles to stay competitive yet innovative, and also stay agile, while also maintaining the most profitability and sustainability? And my second question is that, do you, like, for AMD, do you always compete head-to-head with other companies in the same industry? Or do you, like, how do you identify a new blue ocean for AMD to have a nicer, business and also largest profit? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so very long question. So your first question about number of people and the strategies. Let me say one thing. I'm a big believer in, it's not the number of people that you have for anything. For, if you think about a company or if you think about a project, it's not the number of people that you have. It's, do you have the right people to do the things? Yeah. So when I first started at AMD, we had 8,000 people. People used to say, oh my goodness, you're so small compared to Intel. Actually, at that time, I think Intel maybe had 10 times the people of AMD. And they said, Lisa, you're crazy. Why are you doing that? You cannot possibly win. And I said, really? Why do you say that? I actually don't feel that way. I don't feel that it's a number of people. I feel that it's the right people with the right project, with the right focus and the right vision. And to the point about how do you optimize, I think everyone has, in your mind, what you can see as your path, and every company's path is different. So I think from my standpoint, and maybe since this is the last question, I will make it a little bit broader. We are incredibly lucky to be in this technology field. I hope all of you feel this way, because we're working on things. What I really enjoy about what we're doing in technology is the technology that we're working on is touching billions of people every day. It is having an impact on people's lives. It will make companies better. It will make your life better. It will make our future healthcare better. It will make our future sustainability better. From all of those aspects, we're very lucky to work on this type of technology. Mm-hmm. And so we have to find, what is it that we're going to do best? And for us at AMD, it's around high-performance computing. I don't believe that we can do everything. But I do believe that in high-performance computing, it can have a very wonderful impact on people's lives, and that's what we choose to do.
Okay, yeah. From the fireside chat, I found out you are the better person to be the NTU president than me. You should be the president of NGU, not me.
I think you are a great president of NTU.
I'm an okay person. Yeah, anyway, because of kind invitation, let's thank Dr. Su for her time to be here. And I think it's wonderful. We all enjoy her talk very much. Okay, so Let me present the medal for you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Su and President Chen, for the wonderful discussion. Right now, we would like to invite President Chen to present the trophy to our esteemed speaker, Dr. Su. And also, we have a special gift for Dr. Su.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We have a special gift for Dr. Su. It's a NTU special edition baseball jackets.
NTU. Yeah, NTU. Yeah. Thank you so much. Very positive.
Thank you, Dr. Su and President
I
Chen.
tell you the truth. You are better to be the NTU president.
I'm a little busy.
Thank you, Dr. Su and President Chen. We will now proceed to the group photo session. Ladies and gentlemen, to ensure everyone is included in the photo, please move closer to the middle of the lecture hall. Thank you. Our photographer will be over here on the stage. Please look at the camera. Okay, and on the count to 3, 1, 2, 3. We will be taking another one. Please give us 5 seconds of your brilliant smile. 1, 2, 3. Five more seconds. Thank you very much. 5 more seconds for your brilliant smiles. 1, 2, 3. Are we good? We good? Okay. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to invite you again to give a round of applause to our esteemed speaker, Dr. Lisa Su, for sharing her valuable insights with us. Right now, we would like to welcome the audience if you wish to take a picture with Dr. Su. Please wait patiently and line up at the middle side of the stage. We would like to make sure that other exits are available for leaving. 接下来我们会开放合照时间，但是请在舞台前方走到依序排队，以利其他人离场。要离场的贵宾，请从右侧和3楼2侧门离场。不好意思，合照排队的线从这一条开始。以学生为优先，不好意思。你是定位点吗？你要站这里吗？要往上排。不好意思，要合照的同学，请因工作人员引导，从定位点开始排队。然后我们开放5位一组拍照。4楼同学想合照的话，请从3楼的门入场排队。不好意思，想要合照的同学，请依序照这条排队。同学，请帮我往3楼那边走。